That's the Washington Monument, and when we were driving here today from Indianapolis, we passed several cemeteries. You'll see these on Masonic tombstones all the time, because this is what the Masons hope as their resurrection. And if there's any further doubt, let me remind you of this. When God created the temple, or rather the tabernacle in the wilderness, and even the temple, he put a veil between the most holy place where the Shekinah glory of God dwelt and the holy place. Masons have a veil over their most holy place too, over their God. It's called an apron. And that's why they wear that apron over that part of their body, is because that is their God. Now mind you, 99 out of 100 Masons don't even know this. They're ignorant of it. They've never bothered to read the books. And this is the problem, is that Masons don't know, and they're leading themselves and their families down the road to perdition. This is probably the best known symbol of all Masonry, and I'm sure all of you have seen this either on buildings or on bumper stickers or on lapels or whatever. This is the ultimate symbol of the Masonic Lodge, of the Blue Lodge, and you see there the square and the compass. This is the square, this is the compass, and then of course the letter G.
One is a compass that draws circles, and the other one we call a square, which you use to build with.
Now, if you asked a Mason, what does that mean? What's that G stand for? He might say, I can't tell you, it's a secret. If you read the books that are in the Mason's library, and every Mason has access to these books, you will find out that this G actually stands for the principle of generativity, which is just a big word for the power of human beings to reproduce themselves. And that makes sense, because if you read in those same books, you'll discover that the square and compasses symbolize the male and female reproductive organs.
This symbol represents the man, and this represents the woman.
The male, the female.
And it represents a sexual act.
So that's what this actually symbolizes. Isn't that spiritual?
And what's in the middle of that square and compass? The G, representing God's knowing good and evil. That square and compass reveals the secret that they are concealing. And if you are of the highest order and level of these secret groups, then you know you are what I call the Illuminati. They are the people who know what the secret is, they support it, and everything they're doing is to try to make sure that the secret takes place here on earth. That's who the Illuminati is. Have you ever seen this symbol before? The cross and the crown. It's not Christian. You don't need symbols. You got a Bible full of them. Albert Pike in Morals and Dogma tells you what this symbol represents. It looks like a Christian symbol, doesn't it? You would think, wow, if I go to that church, they have Christians there. Actually, it's a Masonic symbol. Albert Pike said, the cross represents the male. The crown represents the female. It's outside of a church in my town. You know what that's saying? If you're a Mason, you're welcome here. They know what it means.
Now this is another part of the York Rite which you'll see. This is the commandery, the Knight Templar commandery. There's a lot more to that, but basically if you study the archaeology behind this, you will find that the cross that was painted was not the cross of Christianity. It was an Egyptian cross or an Ankh. But that is the story behind that. Now this is supposedly the Christian degree of Masonry, but as we'll find out later, it's about as Christian as nothing.